What stress does Bo Nix put on defenses? Well, Jonas Griffith has your answer. Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for August 7th. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
Jonas Griffith had the media dying of laughter after he talked about what Bo Nix does to put stresses on defenses, essentially. And of course, going up against him in practice every single day, he's gotten a pretty good idea of one thing that Bo Nix can do that he can do just a little bit better, but he's still impressed by the rookie QB. Take a listen.
A lot. I didn't realize how fast he was. It's kind of crazy because he had a scramble and he was running, I think it was a few days ago, and I was like, whoa, he's kind of fast. And I consider myself a fast guy, but, he's not as fast as me, but he's pretty fast.
Now, head coach Sean Payton wasn't really in the mood to talk about the team's initial depth chart after practice on Tuesday. Remember how frustrated I was yesterday when we saw the initial depth chart? Well, Payton definitely did not want to answer any questions about it, and he was peppered with questions. Like I said, the NFL made the Broncos and all the teams release one before 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Now, rookie quarterback Bo Nix was listed as third behind Jarrett Stidham and Zach Wilson, something that created lots of conversations. And Nix had been working with the starters plenty at camp or the second team, and it surprised many that he was ahead of Wilson. But Sean Payton explained rookies are at the back of the line. Take a listen.
I really want to just get. I'm not ready for a depth chart, but I have to get a depth chart. So it's easy to push the underlying players to the back of the line, and then make sure it's kind of where we sit right now, and that's really it. No, it's a good question, but I'm not trying to send messages at all.
So why do you?
Coach Payton always cracks me up because he clearly gets very frustrated when he's getting all these questions and he's like, this means nothing. Like, do not look into it too much. Somebody even asked him, does this send a message to any of the players on the team? And he said, no, I'm not trying to send a message to anybody on the team. So I do think, though, we talked a little bit about it yesterday. The rookies were in the front of the line last year when it came to the depth chart, and now they're at the very back of it. So he's kind of flip-flopping on everything, but at the end of the day, it really does not mean anything. Another thing of note is that Sean Payton did say, I don't know if he meant to say it or just kind of came out when he was speaking, that Jarrett Stidham would be getting a lot of time with the ones, and it kind of had everybody saying, wait a second, does that mean Jarrett Stidham really is one? Bo Nix is number two? We'll dive into that on Coffee Break later today. So definitely check out that episode. It's going to be a fun solo session. Now let's get into our participation report for Tuesday's workout because safety Brandon Jones worked out on the side field as he works his way back from a hamstring injury. Cornerback Levi Wallace was sidelined due to a hamstring problem as well. And then there's a new guy on the team, inside linebacker Alex Mock, an Air Force product, signed with the Broncos on Tuesday morning. He took the roster spot by Ronnie Perkins, who was injured last week and placed on the waive/injured reserve list. Other fun news, the Broncos uniform schedule was announced. Everybody always looking forward to this one, but full uniform combos with pants and socks will be announced the week of each game because you are allowed 3 games with an alternate and throwback combined. So you obviously see the 2 light blues. Those are the throwbacks. Everybody is loving them. Then you have the 1 dark blue versus Cleveland in week 13. So good stuff right there. But here's the thing. Everybody was freaking out on social media saying, why the heck are the Broncos wearing white at home in week 2 against the Steelers? They should be wearing orange. That's like the perfect prime time to do it. Well, there might be a little thinking going in behind this. So like I said, they will wear white at home in week 2 against the Steelers, but that means it's going to force the Steelers to stand underneath the sun on the east sideline on a very likely warm to hot day in their black jerseys. It's all about mind games in the NFL and in football in general. So makes a lot of sense. I know people don't love it because they're not a huge fan of the white jerseys. I feel like I still look at the white jerseys as always a road jersey in my head, but this is actually really smart to make the Steelers stand in those black jerseys. And of course, it's probably going to be, 80 degrees out there on that September day. So I think it's kind of smart. Some other Bronco news for you that's no longer a Bronco, but Justin Simmons is visiting today with the Saints. So obviously we've been waiting to see what was going to happen with Justin Simmons, where he was going to land, but he finally has a meeting with the Saints. And I kind of wonder, Sean Payton picked up the phone, called his buddies over there in New Orleans and said, hey, this guy is still available on the market. Maybe just give him a nice little look. So we'll see what ends up happening there. For your fantasy information, 49er star Christian McCaffrey is dealing with a calf injury that will keep him out of the preseason. Head coach Kyle Shanahan said McCaffrey will be sidelined for at least 2 weeks of practice and won't play in any preseason games. He is the reigning offensive player of the year, but racked up a career high 417 touches last season, including the playoffs. So not saying you're not going to draft Christian McCaffrey, because that is, of course, silly, but just know that he is dealing with this injury. So if you're not seeing him out there, that is, of course, why. But on to the NBA, Jamal Murray, and the Olympics. Let's go. Jamal Murray's slate of summer basketball has ended thanks to France, and the final game was much like his other appearances for Team Canada. A disappointment. Yeah, can you believe we're talking about that when it comes to Jamal Murray? Jamal Murray is the headline of everything going on, it seems like, when it comes to the Olympic basketball, but not for a good reason. The Canadians will not get the chance to follow up on their bronze from last summer's FIBA World Cup with a medal in Paris, as their Olympics run come to an 82-73 wire-to-wire loss to the host state of France. Murray again seemed less than his NBA champion self, going 3 of 13 in the contest as he totaled just 7 points, 6 rebounds, and no assists. The Denver Nuggets guard story has been pretty much that all summer long, looking rather diminished. France will play for Germany for a spot in the gold medal game against the winner of Serbia and Team USA. So what's going on with Jamal Murray? It's a really good question, and it's surprising because he didn't want to sign his contract extension yet because he was dealing with the Olympics. But now if you're the Nuggets, you're looking at what he did in the Olympics and you're saying maybe you're not even worth that $209 million contract extension. I don't know. Something seems really fishy going on over there, but it'll be interesting to see if he ends up signing that contract extension as he obviously returns from Paris. Some other Olympic news that we've got for you. The U.S. Olympic women's soccer team is 1 win away from a gold medal. They knocked off Germany in a dramatic 1-0 win in Tuesday semifinals, and the Americans found a goal with a terrific pass from Mallory Swanson, who found fellow Coloradoan Sophia Smith. The forward only needed one touch with her right foot to get it past the German goalie for the decisive goal in the 95th minute of play. Team USA will face either Brazil or Spain in the final. So huge congratulations to 2 Colorado girls. We absolutely love to see that, of course. And the fact that Team USA is still going on and going into this gold medal match is absolutely incredible. Here was the thing. Nobody thought that they were going to be able to do it. They were listed as 5th. They weren't even going to medal. Nobody had faith in Team USA as they went into this, and everyone said, nope, that's not what's going to happen with Emma Hayes and her entire group, and look at where they are now. So congratulations to all of them. And then, of course, congratulations to our 2 Colorado girls representing us here in the Mile High City so very well. Sticking with the Olympics, though, Kevin Durant is officially the highest scoring player in the U.S. Olympic basketball history. He surpassed Lisa Leslie's 488 career Olympic points during Tuesday's 2024 Paris Olympic quarterfinals against Brazil to become U.S. basketball's all-time leading Olympic scorer. Leslie recorded 488 points for Team USA in 4 Olympics as she helped lead the American women to gold at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, the 2000 Sydney Olympics, the 2004 Athens Olympics, and the 2008 Beijing Games. Durant recorded 435 points in his first 22 games of his Olympic career, and he entered Paris with more than 50 points behind Leslie's record. The U.S. men's basketball team dominated Brazil en route to a 122-87 win in their quarterfinal matchup on Tuesday. 6 players scored double figures as the U.S. had its best team effort of the entire tournament. The team did hit a little bit of a roadblock, though, when LeBron James was hit with an elbow and forced to leave the game early. Team USA head coach Steve Kerr told reporters that James needed to get 4 stitches in his face. Yeah, you heard me say that right. Now, the United States is now set up for a semifinal matchup against Serbia on Thursday. Another one that we have to talk about because Gabby Thomas has been taking social media by storm. The runner was awarded a bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympics, and she set a goal for herself to win the gold medal at the Paris Olympics, and that's exactly what she did on Tuesday. Thomas won the 200-meter race with a time of 21.83 seconds, which was 0.04 seconds better than her time in Tokyo. As the athlete crossed the finish line on Tuesday, she bursted into tears, which was so sweet, put her hands behind her head, and stopped to take in the moment like every single athlete should. Last one we got for you. Team USA's women's water polo is celebrating a win. The team knocked off Hungary 5-4. And you can see the USA is leading the gold medals now with 24. China with 23 as they just took 1 gold medal here in the last hour. 87 total medals for the United States of America, representing us very, very well out there in Paris. All right, let's get to some of your comments. Let's see. Good morning, Rachel. Hope you're less annoyed today. I am less annoyed. I was so frustrated by the games it felt like they were playing, but truthfully, Sean Payton just did not even want to do a depth chart. I was talking with our producer Trey behind the scenes, and I was like, it is kind of silly that at this point right now they have to do a depth chart. Like, I could get it going into the third preseason game of the year that you have to like announce a depth chart, but right now there's still so much to be undecided that it does seem a little silly. Peyton is funny as heck. He definitely just tells it how it is. That is for sure. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I don't love the white jerseys at home. We aren't good enough to be smart. Okay, well, first of all, this makes me laugh a little bit. I don't love the white jerseys at home either. I feel like we always have gone with the orange, but I totally do get it when it comes to playing mind games here in the NFL, and making them stand out there in that hot weather in all black is going to roast them a little bit, and it's going to force their coaching staff to have to do a bunch of other things. They're probably going to pull out some of those sunshades and all of that stuff. So I get it, and I don't love it either, but personally, I do like the white jerseys probably a little bit more than I do the like navy blue jerseys. So I'm kind of happy that we're only going to see those once this season. Bo better be starting week 1. Hopefully that is the case. That's what I would also like to see. Bo Nix has looked really good. I think he looks really, really solid out there. He is very confident in his abilities, and the fact that every single player who has been asked about Bo Nix and like what has impressed them the most is giving us something different just shows how well-rounded of a quarterback he is, especially for a rookie quarterback. So I really hope that that is the case, but I feel like on Sunday when they take on the Colts, it's going to be Stidham in the first half, Bo Nix in the second half, and we'll see what they're able to put together out on the field. Let's see. Well, if Simmons is visiting the Saints, he immediately becomes eligible to return to the Broncos. If you have been watching any of my shows long enough, then you know I have called the Broncos the Saints 2.0 because it feels like Sean Payton just takes everybody over from the Saints, brings them here to the Mile High City. So that definitely made me laugh for it on this Wednesday. So thank you for that. Would love to see Justin Simmons return back to the Broncos, but I just don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I really want to see Nix in a real game to see what he can do all around. I'm totally with you. Things get very, very different starting really tomorrow. Essentially, I know they closed Friday's practice to fans because they're going to be indoors preparing and scouting for the Colts. But I do think that we are going to see a lot more of Bo Nix, and I'm really excited for Sunday too. Typically, I don't get excited for preseason games. It's kind of like a whatever. But for this preseason game, there's a lot on the line. So looking forward to it. But that is going to do it for your Wednesday edition of Denver Sports Daily. Like I said, solo session on Coffee Break, going over all the little headlines that didn't get touched on, I feel like. So definitely go hang out, watch that show, leave me a comment. Actually, if you go watch that show, leave me a comment of Saints 2.0, and I will make sure that I respond and give myself a good little chuckle, and it can be an inside joke with all of us. So please go do that 12 p.m. today, and then I will see you guys right back here. It's Day Late tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everybody. Bye.